All right, we are just finishing up at the gym. Nothing too crazy, just cardio, i.e. 30 minutes on an incline, 3 incline. I know that different treadmills kind of have different settings. It's not necessarily, I don't think that there's like a standard. Anyway, yeah, 3 incline, 3 speed, 30 minutes. I am trying to get lean. I'm trying to get peeled, man. I feel like I've been on the perma-bulk for too long. I'm tired of being fat, tired of being ugly. I think that as it relates to, or as far as aesthetics go, I think that a lot of aesthetics and like attractiveness has to do with vitality and just like health from like a biological point of view. You know what I mean? And really what that comes down to is like clean, clear skin, typically a tan, i.e. you get sunlight, vitamin D, and then being lean. Now obviously the shape of one's overall physique, regardless of the gender, and I think that also plays into it. You know, I think that part of the reason why, you know, men are attracted to sort of like a hourglass figure, and you know, women are attracted to the sort of V taper and you know, broad shoulders, small waist, is because that signifies health. That signifies reproductive viability. So yeah, I mean, like right now, oh my goodness, I shaved the chin the other day, probably 3 days ago, and it just revealed to me how much I'm lacking. The tough part about getting lean, I really don't think that it's training, because like that's easy. Although I will say, when you're in a calorie deficit, not having as much calories, it does. I don't know. I feel like it can affect how you feel in the gym. You know, you're not going to be lifting as heavy for sure, but it's kind of the price that you pay, and it's also a temporary thing. You know, if you're planning on bulking back up, but I'm tired of being. I don't think that like I should ever be above 15% body fat, like even on a bulk. A lot of bodybuilders will, you know, you'll see like even on their bulk, they still have visible abs. They're still pretty lean. And so I would assume that essentially what they're doing is just having like a shorter bulking cycle. The other thing as well that I'm attempting to do as it relates to the cut is do it more like a body recomp as opposed to a cut. Like I'm still going to be in a deficit, but what I mean by that is I feel like a lot of the times when people are cutting, they get into a very big calorie deficit, and they end up losing a pretty substantial amount of muscle mass. Now, from my understanding, you know, loss of muscle mass is kind of something that is inevitable, even if you do it more recomp style, but you know, the goal should be to minimize that, right? To lose as much fat as possible and maintain as much muscle mass as possible. You know, I'm pretty happy right now with the amount of mass that I have. Although I will say that, Lord willing, when I get down to sub 10% body fat, I don't know if I'm going to be like, I think that I look a lot bigger right now because I'm full, right? I'm full of glycogen, I'm full of sugar water, and there's fat, there's a layer of fat, and so like when I'm glycogen depleted and I don't have that layer of fat, obviously I'm going to be lean, but I just think that I certainly will not be as voluminous, you know, I won't be as large, but I'm hoping to, again, just maintain as much as possible. So I'm I'm getting in the habit of tracking my calories. I have had a MyFitnessPal subscription for, I would say, probably like 2 years now. It's funny because I like almost never use it. You know, during that time I haven't really used it. So yeah, just counting my calories, trying to kind of stay below 2,800 because I'm assuming that's pretty much maintenance. You know, as I continue to drop the deficit, you know, minimum effective dose is sort of the idea. I just I'm gonna eat at sub 2,800 until, you know, I'm not noticing any kind of tangible results. You know, I'm not losing any body weight, but it's a slow process. It takes time, just like everything that is worth pursuing. One thing I also notice as it relates to my macronutrients is I tend to have a pretty high fat diet. I eat a lot of meat, peanut butter, milk, not a lot of carbohydrates. So most of the time, the fat split is really low, and there's a ton of carbs, and then you're just basically getting 1 gram per pound of body weight, you know, when it comes to protein. But as far as I understand, like, and maybe I will just stop eating as much fats and increase the carbohydrate consumption. Man, I did not emphasize the correct tonality there. I said carbohydrates. I ought to have said carbohydrate without the S. So, anyway, I don't think it really matters that much. Like if I'm staying under my calorie limit, I'm hitting my protein, and maybe I have a larger split of fat consumption than I do carbohydrate, then, you know, I don't think that's going to make any difference as it relates to my overall body composition. As far as work, boy, today was good. I mean, shoot, like, it's just really, I'm pissed off. I'm frustrated. You know, I worked hard today, from about 2:30-ish to 7:30, and then even later, because I went and met up with my team at the gas station, which was very anticlimactic, for reasons that I won't go into. But yeah, I had 2 appointments that I set today, so one for tomorrow and one for Saturday. And then I also set a same day, so that would be 3 on the day, and they didn't sit. I talked with the husband, he was about it, came back, wife answers the door, she wasn't about it, just got off a 12-hour shift, and it was really more of a timing thing than like the fact that she doesn't want to save money on a bill they already pay and have energy independence. But I can't tell you how frustrated I was, like, getting back on my car, like, oh my gosh, But if there's one thing that I know about this job, it is the law of large numbers. I'm not gonna swear. I like to swear at times because I feel like it's helpful for expression. It's like hyperbole. But I am due for some deals because I have been grinding, and I am at, if I don't get a deal this week, that'll be 3 weeks with no deals. And partially that's a consequence of the fact that last week I was trying to self-gen and close my own deals. So, you know, there's some context and nuance that goes into that. But still, like, I don't know. I'm tired of being broke, and there's no reason I can't go and make absolutely exceptional money in this job. I have the skill set. I just need to go out and work and make it happen. So the other thing as well that always helps me when I'm stressed is thinking about, like, just zooming out, knowing that, like, if I just keep doing what I'm doing and getting 1% better every single day and mastering my craft and just being consistent, the trajectory is, I'm headed in the right direction. It is only a matter of time. So yeah, I'm definitely frustrated, but I'm gonna go tomorrow I'm gonna hit it just as hard, if not harder. I'm not gonna put up with homeowners BS. I'm not gonna be a dick, but there's a fine line between being direct and confident and being a jerk. You know, and that's a tightrope in some sense. But if you have the customer's best interest at heart and you truly love people, then it's not a problem. But I'm not going to go into any more than that. I'll make another update. I mean, Lord willing. I mean, I make updates every day, but I just started posting these, so I will see. We'll see you tomorrow.